See, everybody's got their own story to tell, and everybody's made that wish in a well, hoping to change where they already dwell, propel past the broken pieces of their life, like looking through a cracked windshield while trying to drive, thinking, if I can just get on the other side, everything will be all right. Not realizing that their strife is what made them who they are, stronger than before, an example of God's beautiful handcrafted art, molded into treasures like jars of clay with cracks and scars, unique to who you are. And how much more beautiful is the sight of the light shining through the broken vessel of our heart. Imagine a young girl at the age of 13 who was stripped of her ability to dream because someone she thought she trusted has now made her unclean, like the dirty hands of the enemy ripping apart her self-esteem, until that light was sent to intervene. A disciple who had once been through the same pain taught her how to renew her queen, so her crown could now sparkle and gleam, and she too could be a testimony for those in need, a storyteller of the blood that's washed her clean. I picture a man sleeping on the street who's lost his home and family and has little to eat, and the storms, rain, and ice have clouded his ability to believe, and the darkness has made it hard for light to receive. Until that day he heard the gospel for the first time and learned of a Christ who loves the poorest of kind and was sent to heal the broken and blind, renewing his hope in a better life, to share with others what he'd learned, a testimony of a life returned, a storyteller of a salvation earned. A young woman cries in her hotel room as her John leaves his payment on her tomb, dead to a world that only finds use in her body, tied to her broken heart like a noose, reaching the rock bottom of her doom. Until that light cracked through the windows of her heart, filling emptiness with worth that had been there from the start, giving her a new birth and a new body to guard, reclaiming purity saved for God's sweetheart. A testimony of God's love and faithfulness, a storyteller, now married to a life blessed. I see a soldier returning from a war, mind filled with great affliction, blocking memories by turning a blind eye to addiction. First alcohol, then illegal use of prescription, eventually leading to the enemy's corruption, resorting to stealing to get that next needle injection, arrested and thrown into prison, where he was finally able to feel God's conviction, a detox of biblical restoration, a theology and newfound dedication, a testimony of a newfound freedom, a storyteller fighting a new war for the kingdom. And then there's people like you and I, who may seem ordinary in society's eye, but deep down inside our pain is hard to deny as we try to mend the pieces of our unrehearsed sky in order to allow that light to shine down from on high so that God can create our own testimony, broken for use in his glory, using our lives for his poetry. So who will you allow yourself to be as you make the best of this life you're given? Will you choose to keep your story hidden, or remember that you've been forgiven and want to share your space in heaven? I encourage you to become a storyteller in God's book of life. Share your testimony and be bold with your advice. And remember that your life was paid for with a price, allowing you to be born twice so that you could go out into this world and become storytellers for Christ.